Clapper.
So what I think I hear you saying is there is still an opportunity for indictments, potential prosecutions, accountability from those people who may have lied under oath. Start with the Russia collusion story, because I know you lived it as well. They also tried to spy on you. They wanted your emails, subpoenaed you as they left people really with their lives changed. Your reaction to what was released this week?
The Russia collusion hoax against President Trump remains the single greatest hoax and the greatest assault on our democracy in the history of this country. There's no comparison, there's no parallel to anything else. It was a coup. And I'm using that term literally. It was a coup to overthrow a democratically elected government, a coup carried out by the intelligence apparatus of this country.
Patriots, for years, you've had a nagging feeling, a sense that the story you were being sold by the drive-by media just didn't add up. They told you it was a conspiracy theory. They called you crazy. They tried to make you doubt your own common sense. Well, the dam is finally breaking. Stephen Miller, right here, was on with Maria Bartiromo. And he's a man who sat rooms away from the Oval Office. And he just went public and put a name to what many of you have felt in your gut for years. He didn't just call the Russia collusion story a hoax. He called it a coup. Now, in Washington, the word is poison. It is the third rail. You do not use it unless you mean it. And he didn't stop there. He used the legal term seditious conspiracy. As an insider, let me tell you, that's not just political rhetoric, not just political talk. That is a specific federal crime. It means a plot to overthrow or conspire against the authority of the United States government. And right on cue, the bombshell reports are getting more ground. They are gaining traction. Let's finish what Stephen Miller says here.
By the deep state, by Hillary Clinton and the Democrat Party. The new information that has been revealed by the Director of National Intelligence and by the FBI eliminates any scintilla of doubt about the intention, the premeditation, the planning and orchestration of this conspiracy. It meets all of the criminal elements of a seditious conspiracy against the United States. It meets the criminal elements of an insurrection. It meets the criminal elements of a conspiracy against the government and the criminal elements of a conspiracy to deprive citizens of their civil rights under color of law. One egregious felony after another. And because it is a conspiracy, as demonstrated by the forethought of realizing and documenting that they understood that this was fake from the beginning, meeting the mens rea standard in law. Because of that, because it is a conspiracy, every single individual actor is now part of that conspiracy. So that includes Brennan and Clapper and Comey and Hillary and Schiff and everybody else who knowingly and willfully perpetrated this plot, this coup, this conspiracy, this scheme against President Trump and the government of the United States. And now is the time and the hour and the moment for accountability so that we can reclaim this democracy, Maria.
If you or a loved one is on Medicare, listen up. The Department of Justice just filed fraud complaints against 3 of the largest Medicare brokers for steering seniors to plans that had the highest kickbacks and not the best plans for you. This is why I recommend Chapter. Founded after the creator's own parents were scammed, Chapter is fully independent and searches every Medicare plan available to find what actually fits your need. No steering, no pressure, just honest help at zero cost to you. Chapter has saved the average senior over $1,100. If you need help with Medicare, call Chapter at 332-867-1305. You'll talk to a real person here in the United States. No pressing 1 for English. They're going to find the right plan for you. That's 332-867-1305. And right on cue, the bombshell, the reports that CIA Director John Ratcliffe has confirmed, along with Tulsi Gabbard, and what it all leads to. Those indictments may be on the horizon for the very people at the top. Brennan, Comey, even Hillary Clinton herself. Listen to what John Ratcliffe has to say.
So what I think I hear you saying is there is still an opportunity for indictments, potential prosecutions, accountability from those people who may have lied under oath, like John Brennan, James Comey, and perhaps Hillary Clinton.
Well, that's why I've made the referrals that I have. DNI Gabbard has made referrals.
Yeah.
And why we're going to continue to share the intelligence that would support the ability of our Department of Justice to make bring fair and just claims against those who have perpetrated this hoax against the American people and this stain on our country.
Director, one other question on this. Tulsi, as well as President Trump.
This isn't about relitigating 2016. This is about something much bigger. This is about an apparatus of power, the deep state, the intelligence agencies, all working in conjunction with Barack Obama and with a political party and with a political candidate, Hillary Clinton. They tried to undo your vote. They tried to remove a duly elected president. This goes to the heart of our republic. The question is no longer if it happened. The question now is, what does accountability look like? Leave a comment down below. What do you want to see happen? What is good enough for these people? This was an active coup, an attempt to overthrow the President of the United States of America. There is no way around this right now. These people have to be brought to justice. And I wonder from you, the audience, the listeners, the forgotten men and women of America, what does justice look like to you? I could give you my version of justice, and it is definitely not nice. As someone that worked in D.C., as someone that worked in the United States military, we hold members of the military at a higher standard than the people that are actually sending them into harm's way. Think about that. Why are the leaders, why are the leadership not being held to the same accountability as that E1 or that E2 that falls under the UCMJ? Why should they get a pass? Because they're in a suit? Because they're in gray suits with blue ties? Because they have secret clearances? No, there has to be a level of accountability.
Do you believe we will actually get accountability? We've been demanding accountability now for a decade. Our audience is well aware that this is the biggest political scandal we have ever seen, and an effort to undermine and take down a duly elected president. But now we want to see the tricksters face the consequences. Will they?
I have complete confidence in the Department of Justice to follow these facts, to follow this new, further avalanche of evidence, and to take all the necessary legal steps to ensure that the wrongdoers, the coup plotters, the schemers, and the insurrectionists are held fully accountable under the laws and Constitution of these United States. Yes, Maria, I believe that.
Now, last weekend, John Ratcliffe, CIA director, who is a former prosecutor, former DNI, told us that the statute of limitations, the 5-year statute, does not apply when it comes to conspiracy. And he says the conspiracy is ongoing because they still won't admit it. The conspiracy is still happening. So what is your take on what Ratcliffe told us last week?
That is so profound. The conspiracy is still going on because none of them will come out and admit it. Now, rumor has it that there are 2 grand juries that are being convened. Indictments are being drawn up. You heard it from John Ratcliffe for Hillary, Clapper, Comey, Brennan. You heard it there. This is going to shake the United States. It's going to shake Washington, D.C., to its core. We have never seen anything like this. Benedict Arnold just said, "Hold my beer." This is what this is at. This makes Watergate look like somebody stole some lunch money. This is beyond the comparison, beyond the comprehension of the mainstream media. And many of them will not talk about it because Operation Mockingbird is still in effect. And Tulsi Gabbard said that. Operation Mockingbird is the Mockingbird media. Intelligence officials give the media data, information, leaked information, sometimes classified, so that the media runs with it. They are the Mockingbird. They don't have their own song. They're singing someone else's song for favors, for money, for clicks. We've seen it here on YouTube. There are multiple channels that have pivoted that quick. They made a lot of money being pro-MAGA, and now they are so quick to turn on the Make America Great Again movement. It's not a party anymore. It's a movement. Let's finish this clip from Stephen Miller. He actually says what we want to hear, and more importantly, what needs to happen.
Oh, he's completely right. So several of the statutes I mentioned, we have not even come close to eclipsing the statute of limitations. But more than that, it is an ongoing and continuing conspiracy. It continued through the entirety of President Trump's first term. It continued through the entirety of President Biden's term in office. And it continues to this day. There are still deep state coup plotters who are trying to conceal and hide this information on behalf of the people they are protecting. There are still staffers in Democrat offices who know the full truth, who are concealing that truth. So all of this behavior, all of this conduct collectively means the conspiracy hasn't ended, is ongoing. Comey in particular has throughout the years engaged in conduct and lies, public statements, and testimony in front of Congress. False testimony whose sole purpose was to perpetuate and continue the conspiracy.
They need to come clean. I would gain an ounce of respect for them if they came clean. But what they committed was no less than treason, no less than seditious, no less than a coup, a failed coup. And ask yourself one thing. What if Hillary Clinton had won? What if Kamala Harris had won? What if that bullet at Butler, Pennsylvania would have been another millimeter away? What if Donald Trump had not turned his head? Think about it. The world would be so different. The United States would be different. And I would say not in a good way. Smash the like and subscribe button. Thank you for tuning in. It's the Ben Dykes News Show. Appreciate you. If you or a loved one is on Medicare, listen up. The Department of Justice just filed fraud complaints against 3 of the largest Medicare brokers for steering seniors to plans that had the highest kickbacks and not the best plans for you. This is why I recommend Chapter. Founded after the creator's own parents were scammed, Chapter is fully independent and searches every Medicare plan available to find what actually fits your need. No steering, no pressure, just honest help at zero cost to you. Chapter has saved the average senior over $1,100. If you need help with Medicare, call Chapter at 332-867-1305. You'll talk to a real person here in the United States. No pressing 1 for English. They're going to find the right plan for you. That's 332-867-1305. The number and the link will be in the description below. They helped a family member of mine, and she saved over $1,200. Give them a call.